A very good afternoon, sir. We're glad to have you here with us for our magazine CW. And thank you for your time for agreeing to share with us in the plans of GSECL. So I'll start with the first question, sir. What is the projected increase in energy demand in the state of Gujarat? And what is the share of power generated by GSECL vis-a-vis private entities in the state?
Madam, in the current financial year, the maximum demand of the state was 19,431 megawatt. That was recorded on 17th August 21. So from this figure, I think in the next 4 or 5 years, there will be around 6 to 8% increase in the power generation requirement. And in 2022-23, it is at 21,600 megawatt. In 23-24, it is 24,500 megawatt. And in 24-25, the demand would be around 25,700 megawatt. And out of this power, GSECL share in the power generation during April 21 to January 22 is 18%, whereas that of private is 20% and central sector is 47%. The maximum share on daily basis achieved by GSECL, it was 29% during the current year. However, it is dependent on multiple factors like grid dynamics, availability of cheaper power in the exchange, fuel position of IPPs, the RE generation, and the availability of transmission systems. The maximum is 29%.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So we can't hear. Yeah. Okay. So, given the fact that there is going to be an anticipated increase in the demand, how is GSECL preparing for the same, and how are you going about diversifying the energy mix? How much of it is going to be from thermal, then oil and gas, hydro, and other renewables?
Yes, madam. GSECL is scaling up aggressive capacity addition in renewables, madam, particularly solar. GSECL is planning to install 600 megawatt in next 5 years, and the company hydro plants are mostly irrigation dependent. So depending on the water availability and the requirement in the downstream canals, the generation is scheduled. And at the same time, the gas generation purely depend upon the cost of RLNG. That is depend on many international factors.
Since there is a flexibility in production, depending on the availability of fuel, like you said, for hydro and also for gas-based power plants, how do you ensure that it stays cost-effective?
Madam, as on date, we have already added around 200 megawatt in the solar capacity. And in the coal-based generation also, it mainly depends on the cost of fuel. Gujarat being a state not having any coal reserves, the coal has to come from either Maharashtra or Chhattisgarh. So the cost of generation is more because of the rail-fed stations. So all efforts are being taken to rationalize the coal supplies to these coal stations and reduce the cost of generation.
So going forward, sir, how do you see the energy mix of GSECL? How much of it would be from conventional and renewables? And now that you're also going ahead with setting up of a hydrogen-based facility,
Madam,
can you share some insights?
Yes, as I already told, we are going to add around 6,000 megawatt capacity in next 5 years. So that is almost double the existing capacity. So by the end of 5 years, our renewable capacity will be almost equal to the conventional capacity. So what I am expecting is that out of GSECL generation, around 25 to 30% generation will be from RE sources, and the balance will be from coal, gas, lignite, and hydro. Of course, as I already told, the generation from gas sources, gas power plants, that mainly depends upon the international gas prices.
Right, sir. Right, sir. So tell us about some of the key projects that GSECL is currently working on, and what are the different stages at which they are presently?
Madam, seeing the importance of the RE projects and in line with the vision of Honorable Prime Minister, Gujarat is the first state to start a scheme of solar projects in wastelands. The construction of around 2,500 megawatt solar capacity in government wastelands near the substations. That activity is actively going on, and in this government is giving 50% capital support also. That's why the cost of generation is also very, very less. And also the main advantage of this scheme is it is near the substations. That's why the transmission and distribution losses are almost zero. And this is the first time in the country a state government has come up with such type of scheme. So under this scheme, we are already working in 18 projects across Gujarat, and we are targeting for completion of 2,500 megawatt in next 1 or 2 years. Second, madam, we are around 200 megawatt solar capacity. We are adding at Raganesta Solar Park. That will be completed by March 22. And most important one is 3,325 megawatt solar PV project at Khavda. This was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister last year, and the works are going on. The approach road works all are going on. So we are targeting to complete this 3,325 megawatt in next 5 years. Other than this, madam, I am happy to communicate that Gujarat has become the first state in the country to award solar plant with battery storage. We awarded battery energy storage system along with solar generating plant at one of our Kutch lignite thermal power station of 35 megawatt capacity and 57 megawatt hour storage.
So, given the fact that there are different sources of energy that you are using to produce the power, how are you collaborating with power distribution companies to address the challenges to offer uninterrupted power supplies without any fluctuations, and above all, still stay viable?
Madam, actually, we are in regular consultation with our parent GVNL and all other DISCOMs, and we maintain seamless communication with our DISCOMs as well as GVNL and SLDC. So we continuously review the planned maintenance activities requirement of thermal power stations based on the demand pattern in consultation with the DISCOMs, GVNL and SLDC. And based on the wind energy generation forecast, solar energy generation forecast, transmission constraints, and extended planned outages for other IPPs, taking all these factors into consideration, the planned maintenance activities of GSECL plants are planned so that they match with the grid requirement. And to meet the requirement of grid, we are even starting and stopping the unit several times to maintain the grid stability. Also, madam, our units are designed for low load operation of around 65 to 70%. But to avoid start-stops, we are operating the units at much below that capacity, around 120 megawatt, 130 megawatt, so that the start-stops are avoided. So we are maintaining a seamless communication with the SLDC, GVNL, and DISCOMs to ensure that the grid stability is maintained and energy requirement is met.
So, sir, coming to the most important topic that is in discussion about the pledge taken by Honorable Prime Minister during COP26 to reduce the gas emissions and also realize the long-term goal to reach net zero by 2070. What are the plans that GSECL is working on presently? How are you building the roadmap? What are the short-term and long-term goals that you have set for yourself? And how do you plan to implement those? So if you could share some light on that.
Yes, madam. In line with the pledge taken by Honorable Prime Minister during COP26 at Glasgow to reduce gas emissions by 1 billion tons and to become net zero at 2070, we are having two-pronged strategy, madam. One is to improve the energy efficiency of existing thermal power stations so that the carbon emissions gets reduced. We are undertaking renovation and modernization of our existing power plant to improve their efficiency so that the net carbon emission reduced. Gujarat showed the way to the country in renovating and modernizing two of its 210 megawatt units successfully, reducing the generation cost by almost 50 paisa. So in the similar fashion, we are going for renovation and modernization of 4 more units to improve their efficiency and reduce the carbon emission. Second important point is, madam, regarding RE capacity addition. We are aggressively adding renewable capacity, particularly solar, and we are targeting for 6,000 megawatt in next 5 years. And madam, to achieve this target and pledge taken by Honorable Prime Minister, the most important aspect is storage. Because although we are going to add huge capacity, there are going to be requirement of power in different times when RE power is not available. So the battery storage system plays very important role in maintaining the grid stability. That's why we already, as I already explained, we already awarded a pilot project for battery storage system along with solar, so that the RE capacity addition integration is smooth in future.
Do you plan to also go about implementing the waste to energy projects? Are they also in the pipeline?
Madam, we are not having exactly waste to energy projects, but for utilization of waste generated through agriculture systems and other systems, there is policy of government of India to use bio pellets in the existing power stations, 5%, to ensure their utilization and proper environmental friendly utilization. So we are following whatever instructions, guidelines are given by government of India to implement that, so that the power generation is environmental friendly.
So, the government of India has envisaged a vision of one nation, one grid. So going forward, what would it take for India to realize, one is the renewable energy vision for 2030, to derive 50% of energy from non-fossil fuels, 5, and working towards this one nation, one grid?
Madam, but this one nation, one grid, the most important requirement is seamless transmission capacity for seamless transportation of power transmission of power from one state to other state. As you know, madam, 2-3 states in the country are RE rich, and they are having potential of generating more RE power. So to have one nation, one grid, for implementing one nation, one grid, there should be seamless transmission of power from one state to other state. then only this will be possible.
So my last question to sum up the discussion with you, what kind of opportunities should the industry expect of working with GSECL on different projects, and what are the kind of investments that are planned?
Madam, as I already told, we are having a plan to add around 6,000 megawatt RE in next 5 years. Already around 1,000 megawatt plants are already in operation, and more than 18 EPC contractors are working with the GSECL for executing these projects. And for this 6,000 megawatt, we are expecting an investment of around 30,000 crores in next 5 years. So already we awarded, and projects work is in progress for 1,200 to 1,200 megawatt, and with an investment of more than 7,200 crores. So these activities are already going on, and balance 23,000 crores we are going to invest in next 5 years to ensure that 6,000 megawatt capacity RE will be added into the grid in next 5 years.
So thank you very much, sir, for your inputs. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, madam.
One question that I would like to ask you is that you are aware about Chemtech brand of platforms. So what are your expectations from our kind of events?
Madam, again.
What are your, just a second, sir. What are your expectations from a platform like Chemtech?
Madam, now the target set by Honorable Prime Minister in Glasgow Summit is 500 gigawatt RE addition and carbon neutral by 2070. These are huge tasks for a country like India.
Yes.
So the seamless communication and knowledge sharing by the organizations like Chemtech is very important in achieving this target. Once we share the experiences and share the problems, then only we can overcome those problems and achieve the target of 5,000 gigawatt by 2030. So the organizations like Chemtech, they play a very important role in sharing the knowledge and have a forum for discussion and get the solutions for the problem so that we can achieve our target.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, madam.